Hello, 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 nerd friends. How is everyone doing? It is Friday night. It is the political therapy show. Hello and welcome. It is 27th of June and it is 8:57 p.m. Yes, I'm 3 minutes early as always. Hello, hello. Usernames are not the actual names. What? Wait, did YouTube make a change here on the chat? I don't know. Hello Shrishti, hello Shabangi, hello, good to see everyone. Good to see you guys. Hi Anwa. Yeah, I thought that they have made a change in the chat. I was like, what is happening? Username aa raha hai abhi. It was not the full name. Interesting YouTube. You really want to become more like Twitch, don't you? I don't mind. I like it. It's nice. Dev, hello, hi. You're always waiting for my streams. Thank you. I've been good, Shivani. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I have been well. I have been doing well. We've been recording the podcast, which will be out next week. So we have done 4 episodes now, and one of the episodes that I shot this Wednesday was just bomb. It was just, I'm so happy I did it. It will be out later in July, but yeah. Members know what I'm talking about because they get exclusive content on members only live streams, including details of whatever I'm doing essentially. So, yeah, if you want to know the details, you need to become a member and get like secretive information on my podcast. इंसेंटिव है गाइस कुछ तो इंसेंटिव देना पड़ेगा ना तुम लोगों को इट इज एन इंसेंटिव प्लीज Oh, Vedehi, are you watching this for the first time? Finally able to view a live stream? Hello? Now that you are here, it is my time to cook dinner. Yes. I am good white noise, and today I'm going to provide you much white noise, guys. Hello, and first, क्या बोल सकते हैं इसको? Happy संविधान हत्या दिवस. Because the government has declared it 25th of June from this point forward, and I think last 2 years ago only, has been declared as Samvidhan Hatya Divas because we have now completed 50 years of emergency. The emergency was declared on 25th of June 1975. So we have completed 50 years of that, and this government is celebrating it with Samvidhan Hatya Divas. It's very ironic. I know. It made me laugh so many times because I have been following developments around their celebrations. Initially, there was news that they're going to hold a special session to celebrate Samvidhan Hatya Divas. I don't get how that works. Every time I say it, celebrating Samvidhan Hatya Divas, it just short circuits my mind somewhere. Oh, we are celebrating the murdering of the Constitution 50 years ago. What? Anyway, it is a remembrance day, but they were going to hold like a special session, but clearly they chose not to. I wonder why. Probably because opposition members would want to talk about Pahalgam and diplomatic disasters and whatever. They didn't want to give them a chance. They just didn't want the opposition to speak on this day. So then they decided to hold like a lot of functions everywhere. And Modi ji also launched a book, which is very bizarre. I'll show you that as well. But other than that, I thought it would be a good time to revise or remember the emergency for what it was, why it happened, and what can we learn from it. Yeah, because all said and done, it was a dhabba on our history, democratic political history. But weirdly enough, a lot of good things came out of it, including Narendra Modi, apparently. Hey, he's a good thing, right? I mean, he did come out of the emergency. According to him, clearly, now they've written a book on it. Many leaders went into jail for 2 years. And what I see emergency as is like a college. A lot of leaders in prominence today, which are like big, powerful leaders in BJP and all the other regional parties as well, were jailed during the emergency because they were a part of the JP movement. And yeah, so they chilled together for 2 years. They spent time together, shared ideas together, coalesced together. It was in a strange way. Indira Gandhi put them all in jail, and then they decided to bound, like, like have some camaraderie, like colleagues in a college, and then came out and defeated her in another election, which was held after the emergency. Crazy story. Crazy story. We will sort of remember those days in a very real sense, not like the way the BJP wants you to. I thought, as normie citizens, it is our job to sort of, understand what really went on and not just theorize or use it for any other purpose than to understand history and to understand where we are now and the effects that the effects that it had on our democracy at large and our political system. So yeah, that's what this stream is going to be about. बहुत nerdy होने वाला है, friends. बहुत. So please be prepared. Be prepared. बहुत heavy होगा. बहुत confusing भी हो सकता है. But we'll get to that. Emergency happened due to hunger of Indira Gandhi to take control and power. Yes, correct, Rigvid, you're right. But in one line you have described what I'm going to describe in like an hour. But yeah, pretty much. बहुत authoritarian leadership था उस time पे. मतलब she was the authoritarian leader during that time. Allegedly alert? No, I'm not. Why is this allegedly? It's fine. Need some goss on the upcoming podcast? Talk and Barrel, you should watch the members only live stream for that. You have access to it, you're a member. Real Samvidhan Hatya Divas would have happened if 400 par had happened for real. Very interesting. Please send me 500 rupees if you want insider information on the podcast. Okay, friends, do like this stream. Do like this. Do subscribe to the channel. And also consider becoming a member because you get 2 extra live streams as a result. And access to the recording of the episodes that I put out on this channel. So, yeah. The real Samvidhan Hatya happens deep inside money bills. The real Samvidhan Hatya also happened with the electoral bonds. Many Samvidhan Hatyas have happened over the last 11 years, okay? Yeah, we will mention them. You will see so many parallels. That is why I thought it would be interesting to do a stream on emergency, because you'll see so many parallels between that time, this time, what was being done, what is being done now. You will just diya jal jayega dimag mein. So chat, you're going to do something. Whenever I say something where you think there is a parallel, you will put it in chat. Okay. Every time like I say something and you think there is a parallel, just put it in chat. I'll also talk about it, of course. MCU. Hello Ayanva, how you doing? Anti-nationals calling and other anti-nationals anti-nationals. Okay. Do you think 2027 census is a way to implement NRC and CAA? I mean, if one wants to do that, do it. That's the way, would be the real Samvidhan Hatya. So everybody's giving me examples of Samvidhan Hatya. I get it. 2027 census is linked to a lot of things. I mean, sure, one of them can be the NRC, but the other now is caste census. The other one is women's reservation, and the one after that is what is it? Delimitation, and one nation, one election, and unfreezing of the number of seats. So changing the entire makeup of our parliament as we know it. Lots of things are connected to the census, friend. Lots. One person harassed in 8 hours for practicing as a Brahmin despite being Yadav. Now no one is saying बटेंगे तो कटेंगे. ये मुझे पता नहीं क्या हुआ ऋग्वेद. I don't know what that is. What is a census? Census is when the government counts how many people there are in the country officially. And it takes a while because they actually go to the people and count it. I guess BJP likes the emergency. They are literally celebrating like a festival. Modi ji sees Indira Gandhi emergency version as his role model. Sinchan Dot. I will show you some things which are very funny that are happening, which is this whole celebration you're talking about. Again, as I said, it shouldn't be a celebration. It makes no sense. But also, they're treating it like their freedom struggle. Because these RSS people had nothing to do in the actual freedom struggle, they want to create a massive event which will work in two ways. One, they get to diss the Congress. They get to show कि कितने evil लोग हैं ये. Look at their grandmother, Indira Gandhi, who was an authoritarian leader, and our Narendra Modi and all the other leaders were fighting against fascism during that time, or dictatorship. That is what. And then the second is they want to create that event to make it look like they did something extremely brave, and they, they had the second freedom struggle, or whatever way you want to call it. So all the new voters that are coming in, all the youngs, they won't go and read India After Gandhi, or they won't look at this stream, or they won't go even read a Wikipedia page or whatever it is, right? So they will just, oh, kya brave the ye log. Oh my God, Indira Gandhi, dictator. Oh, they fought against. Oh, wow. So that's why they're doing this. There's a complete political motive behind it, but there is also an attempt to reconfigure brains of voters to think of BJP a certain way. They're trying to create a legacy. Modi ji ki legacy does not go forward. Have you noticed? Modi ji's legacy kind of stopped at 2014. Some events came in which also made up for his legacy. But as more and more time passed, his legacy just grows backwards in time. So events start popping up randomly, where he ends up in different states and has funny stories happen to him. So the legend grows. This was a part of his legend. Create a legacy, manufacture a legacy. Yeah. What about Congress leaders justifying it, in your opinion? Oh, Congress leaders shouldn't justify it at all. And from the looks of it, they've already apologized for that. But no, they shouldn't justify it at all. By the way, I saw a few people actually trying to justify the emergency, saying that, oh, बाहरी ताकतों का हाथ था उस टाइम पे, the CIA was working in cahoots with other leaders who were in jail and everything, and Indira Gandhi wanted to shut down foreign interference, all that. I, again, not getting into that, but I feel like that's a big conspiracy theory also in a lot of ways. So no, the emergency was not a good thing. It was not a good thing that happened. Was it unconstitutional though? The answer is no. I'll show you how. It was not an unconstitutional emergency because the constitution actually allowed the emergency to be imposed, and that's why the constitution was changed later after the emergency, so that it doesn't happen again. Yes, it was a constitutional emergency. Every person in our political sphere is just concentrating everything about the past and literally ruining the future with the policies set up with the same mindset of the past. Oh, yeah, yeah. So even the emergency was like a training ground for a lot of leaders, including the current ones. My understanding of it is that Modi ji, because he was a part of the emergency, now we know he put out a book, learnt a lot during that time. Yeah, yeah. He learned that if you want to actually impose an emergency, you don't need to declare it. But you can do everything that Indira Gandhi did, just better and smarter and legally. So, yeah, it was like training ground. I'm telling you, it was training ground. Because emergency happened to them, right? They knew how to do it better when they came to power. It's the same thing. So UPA, because it did so much corruption, right? And they were the ones who were digging into that corruption and understanding it and seeing how the Congress did it and everything and the UPA did it, etc. When they came to power, they knew exactly what to do to legalize the whole thing. Yeah, so it's basically the opposition constantly learns from who is in power so that when they come to power, they can do the same things but better. It's true. That's exactly how our system works. Even the bureaucracy learns. Distinction between moral and legal. Slavery was also legal at one point. Yeah, true. Again, Chinmay, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it was technically legal. The imposition of the emergency. Like the way it was done was not, because she didn't take the permission of the cabinet. Yada yada. वो भी आएंगे. But just saying, again, not making a moral judgment. Legally, it was allowed. Not saying it was morally okay. UAPA is not great, but it is legal. It's not morally great, but it's legal. Sedition, morally terrible, but legal. Even the bureaucracy learns is terrifying to hear. Bureaucracy is what learns the most. Bureaucracy, see, understand this, friendos. Parties keep coming and going. Leaders keep coming and going, right? Bureaucracy remains. The IAS officers, the people who are in the ministries, they keep getting shuffled around, but they remain. They remain. So the government remains. The machinery is still there, which is learning slowly and trying to correct mistakes that were made earlier so that the other parties that come can do the same things, just better. Who do you think executes all these things? The bureaucracy. Politicians ideas देते हैं, bureaucracy execute करता है. I have so like two Sohams actually asked me. One is, am I going to talk about Zohran? So I've already done a video on Zohran. You can see it. It's on my channel. I put it up in the morning. I did a live stream yesterday. So if members want to watch it, they can go watch that as well. That was a longer discussion on Zohran, like a 1 hour, 45-minute type discussion. But a 30-minute video is out. So I have already given my opinion on that. And another thing that someone was saying I should talk about, another Soham was saying something. Which I will get time, I will talk about other things also. Bihar elections only, I think. Yeah. You had a call? Stream, you mean? I had a stream on Mamdani during... Wait, what is happening? Guys, look at what is happening. Hey? ये क्या आ गया? Oh, Windows 10 will no longer receive updates. कुछ भी मतलब, Windows please. Annoying. So yeah, so we're going to talk about 50 years of emergency. Lots to talk about. We will get into it. But if you are new here, please say hi. Please say hi. 15 minute का बकर हो गया मेरा. Waiting for people to come. I give 15 minutes grace time for people to come before I actually start. That's how live streams work. Hello Suzuki. Hello Solitaire. Hello Praneeth. Hello Nidhi. Hi members. the usernames are very difficult to read. Raging Bull, yes. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. So, guys, okay. So, whoever is new, let me tell you what this is. This is a live stream. I'm going to tell you a lot about emergency. I will skip from story to story. So, it's basically just like a collection of stories. Think of it that way. We are going to talk about what we can learn from the emergency and how things changed in our democracy, etc. All the while talking to you. That is what we are going to do. Okay. So, we're going to go deep. We're going to go deep. That's what it is. Okay. Yes. Upgrade my Windows? No, I don't want Windows 11. I don't want Windows 11. Okay. So, first things first. Here, let me, instead of me telling you what the emergency was, let me ask our real Prime Minister, Shri Sir Amit Shah, to tell you what emergency was. Okay. And for the non-Hindi speakers, I'll translate it later.
मित्रों, आपातकाल क्या था, इसकी व्याख्या कोई एक वाक्य में नहीं हो सकती। मैंने बहुत सोच विचार कर प्रयास किया। मैं मानता हूं ये संपूर्ण नहीं है, परंतु एक मल्टी पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी मूल स्वभाव जिस देश का लोकतांत्रिक है, ये लोकतांत्रिक देश के स्वभावगत लोकतांत्रिक देश की मल्टी पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी को व्यक्ति के तानाशाही में बदलने का षड्यंत्र का नाम है आपातकाल, जिसका उस वक्त अनेक लोगों ने पुरजोर विरोध किया, व्यक्तिगत नुकसान उठाकर भी विरोध किया।
So the strict definition of what the emergency was is that the constitution allowed the central government to suspend a bunch of human rights and just general rights of citizens during cases of emergency. And there were 3 cases. I will tell you in detail later, reasons why you could impose an emergency. But according to Amit Shah, the way he describes it here is that when there is a conspiracy being hatched by one person with authoritarian tendencies to destroy the multi-party democratic system of India, that is called an emergency. When I heard this for the first time, I laughed out so much. Because that sounds a lot like what you are, sir. Sorry, and the prime influencer also. It just does. Again, when there is a conspiracy being hatched by one person with authoritarian tendencies to destroy multi-party democracy in India, it is called emergency. Yeah, that's totally what they're doing, right? They did break up a bunch of regional parties. They're not allowing state governments to pass laws using their governors. They're not letting the states get funding from the budget. So basically, they're starving them so that they don't, they cannot work for the people. So there is no chance that they will get any electoral victory. All the things. Also, the raids on the opposition leaders, CBI, ED, all the things, IT. Yeah. What is that? It is an attack on the multi-party democratic system by one man with authoritarian tendencies. So we have an emergency. So basically, Amit Shah was saying that, guys, listen, we are in an emergency right now. Just look at it. When 75 years ago, it was declared. Now, samajh lo. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, wink. That's what it is. I laughed so much after I watched this. I'm like, why? Why would you put this out? If you close your eyes, it's like you are describing yourself or what? Oh my God. Anyway, so this is why they named this day Samvidhan Hatya Divas.
ऐसा कहते हैं कि कुछ बुरी घटनाओं को जीवन से भुला देना चाहिए,
Yes.
वो सही भी है, मगर जब बात हो समाज जीवन की, राष्ट्र जीवन की, तब बुरी घटनाओं को चिरकाल तक याद रखना चाहिए, क्योंकि उसकी पुनरावृत्ति कभी न हो पाए। इसलिए देश का युवा और किशोर संस्कारित भी हो, संगठित भी हो और संघर्षरत भी हो।
I agree with him. For the non-Hindi speakers, he said that there are some events that we must remember so that we don't repeat them, so that young people learn and they don't get repeated. Yes, correct. I agree with that.
और इसीलिए हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 25 तारीख का ये दिन संविधान हत्या दिन के रूप में मनाने का सरकारी निर्णय किया है। गृह मंत्रालय ने ही ये घोषणा की। जब ये निर्णय हो रहा था तब कई सारे विचार आए नाम के बारे में, और ऐसा भी लगा कि संविधान हत्या दिन एक प्रकार से थोड़ा कठोर शब्द है, निर्मम शब्द है, मगर सोच विचार कर ये दिन का नाम रखा गया, क्योंकि जिस प्रकार से आपातकाल में देश को एक जेल खाना बनाकर रख दिया था,
That's true.
देश की आत्मा को मूंगा कर कर रख दिया गया था,
That's true.
न्यायालय के कान को बहरा कर कर रख दिया गया था, लिखने वालों की कलम से स्याही ही निकाल दी गई थी।
My
वो
God!
पूरे कालखंड का वर्णन।
My God, is this describing today? Oh my God. Anyway, it's hilarious to watch this. Genuinely. Like, they're trying to remind people of what happened during the emergency. But if people actually had critical thinking skills in this just larger population was also like listening to him, because nobody listens to this really, then they would know, hey, that sounds familiar. Wait, you said the media was curtailed during that time. Wait, like now? Oh, you say that people were arrested during that time for no reason. Like political prisoners. Like now? Oh, okay. Okay, that's weird. Lots of parallels.
इतने कठोर शब्दों के साथ ही करना चाहिए, तभी युवा पीढ़ी को मालूम पड़ेगा
Yes.
कि क्या हुआ।
Yuva PD, listen. Yuva PD, do you understand what he's saying? Please chat. Please tell me you understand what he's saying. Please say hi. If Yuva PD is getting inspired by this and looking at how the current situation sounds weirdly like what it was 50 years ago, then please say hi. I want my Yuva PD in the house. युवा पीढ़ी डोंट ड्रिंक बीड़ी कुछ भी युवा पीढ़ी है ना, देखा युवा पीढ़ी है इधर। When will the larger community have critical thinking? कोई नहीं, ये चैनल में है, काफी लोग हैं, it's okay, we're trying. कैसी इस बुजुर्ग आदमी, इट्स ओके, बुजुर्ग आदमी ऑल्सो आई थिंक शुड अग्री विद दिस. Translation, please. I told you what he said. He basically said that during that time, which is during the emergency, the press was curtailed, the country was turned into a jailhouse, people were getting arrested left, right, center, it was very undemocratic, and there are some events that we need to remember so that we don't repeat them again. And that is what I want to tell the young people of this country. Please learn what happened during the emergency so that we don't repeat it. My thing is that he's just describing a lot of things that are happening today, which is weird. Like, and if people had critical thinking skills, actually they would say like, hey, you're just describing what you are doing. Ink was removed from the pens. Yes, yes, that is what he said. Ink was removed from the pens back then. Now the spines are removed from the people on TV. And they are put in debate studios and made to scream. Earlier it was pens and ink. Now it is spine and people. There is a famous quote that LK Advani had during that time, that the press was told to bend and they started crawling. Very relevant today. Very, very relevant. Your election symbol was a penny. Yeah, I know. I didn't need ink in it. What year is he describing with the emergency? Of course, this is like 50 years of emergency. But he's talking as if it is happening today. Of course. Then Congress did a retort, guys. Congress did a retort.
11 साल अघोषित आपातकाल, देश के संविधान पर लगातार हमले हो रहे हैं। संविधान बदलने के लिए बीजेपी नेताओं ने 400 पार का नारा दिया। मोदी सरकार ने लगातार संसदीय परंपराओं और मर्यादाओं को तार-तार किया। सीएजी की भूमिका अप्रासंगिक बना दी गई। चुनाव आयोग की विश्वसनीयता पर सवालिया निशान है। बीजेपी के विपक्ष वाली राज्य सरकारों को धनबल के जरिए गिराया गया। सरकारी संस्थानों और न्यायपालिका को कमजोर किया गया। टैक्स टेररिज्म के जरिए व्यवसायियों और संस्थानों को धमकाया गया। मीडिया और पत्रकारों पर सरकार ने अभूतपूर्व दबाव डाला। जांच एजेंसियों का बड़े पैमाने पर दुरुपयोग हो रहा है। नफरती भाषण खुलेआम दिए जाते हैं, जबकि नागरिक स्वतंत्रता पर नकेल कस दी गई। पिछले 11 साल से बीजेपी के राज में देश एक अघोषित आपातकाल के दौर से गुजर रहा है।
So this is the Congress's retort, which is guys, actually, right now we are in an emergency. Which, sure. Narendra Modi ji is saying, today marks 50 years since one of the darkest chapters in India's democratic history, the imposition of emergency. The people of India mark this day as Samvidhan Hatya Divas. No, you do. You have declared it, that it is Samvidhan Hatya Divas. The people of India are forced to mark this as Samvidhan Hatya Divas, which makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why are we celebrating or marking the... Anyway. On this day, the values enshrined in the Indian Constitution were set aside. Fundamental rights were suspended, press freedom was extinguished, several political leaders, social workers, students, ordinary citizens were jailed. इनको irony दिखाई नहीं देती क्या? It was as if the Congress government in power at that time placed democracy under arrest. And there's a lot of it. I'm not going to read all of it. Then they launched a book. When the emergency was imposed, I was a young RSS pracharak. The anti-emergency movement was a learning experience for me. It reaffirmed the vitality of preserving our democratic framework. At the same time, I got to learn so much from people across political spectrum. I told you it's a college. I told you it's a I told you, like, this is actually true. What he said is true. He's just letting you know that during that time, because all these opposition leaders were arrested together, there is this weird camaraderie that formed between the most socialist, communist of people and the most right-wing RSS type people. And they're like, oh yeah, let's band together and defeat Indira Gandhi, because she did it. She put them together. All 11,000 of them like together. So they were able to conspire and form like regional alliances and party alliances, and then the JP movement got stronger, and then Indira Gandhi was defeated because of the emergency. These people literally exist because of the emergency. It's crazy. I'm glad that Bluecraft Digital Foundation, by the way, in case you don't know, just look up Bluecraft. They're the ones who are practically the unofficial BJP IT wing. They get a lot of advertisements and everything from BJP. Bluecraft is a big thing now. Has compiled some of those... I'm glad that Bluecraft Digital Foundation has compiled some of those experiences in the form of a book, whose foreword has been penned by Shri H.D. Deve Gowda, himself a stalwart of the anti-emergency movement. I'm sorry, this thing, and Khadge gave the most amazing response to this.
की एक बुक भी लॉन्च हो रही है इमरजेंसी डायरीज के नाम से, जिसमें नरेंद्र मोदी जी के बारे में भी ये मेंशन किया गया है कि इमरजेंसी के टाइम पे जब वो एक यंग आरएसएस प्रचारक थे, कैसे उन्होंने ये लड़ाई लड़ी है संविधान को बचाने की, डेमोक्रेसी को बचाने की। इस पर आपका क्या टेक है, क्योंकि उन्होंने इस चीज को
कौन देवेगौड़ा लिखे? अरे उन्होंने खुद ही पाप इतने परेशान थे, उनको अरेस्ट नहीं कर रहे थे तो खुद परेशान थे, तो देवराज अर्श के पास जाकर बोले कि सभी लोग अंदर जा रहे हैं, मेरे को बाहर रखें।
Hilarious. I thought this was extremely funny. What a comeback. They finally did arrest Devegowda, by the way. He was kept in a Bangalore jail. I checked. But it's hilarious. Khadgeji would remember. He was around, I guess. Anyway, this is the book, friends. Oh my God. I can't. But Bluecraft is honored. Whoa, wait. क्या हो गया? Sorry. Bluecraft is honored to present the emergency diaries, years that forged a leader. The book delves into compelling role that Narendra Modi, then a young RSS pracharak, played in the fight against emergency. Based on first-person anecdotes from associates who worked with young Modi using other archival material, the book is the first of its kind that created new scholarship on the formative years of young man who will give it all to fight against tyranny. Oh my good lord. This is it. They put some photographs together of young Narendra Modi in various disguises. It starts with a Modi quote. So he distributed banned literature to organized undercover meetings. PM Modi's journey during the emergency offers a unique ground level perspective on the struggle against authoritarianism. My God, the irony. Oh, anyway. Witness his clandestine operations, his narrow escapes, and his unwavering commitment to restoring democracy as he navigates through a landscape of fear and repression. I told you they want this to be the second freedom struggle for themselves so that they can paint our Shri Sir, Supreme Leader, Prime Influencer Narendra Modi ji as a freedom fighter. That's exactly what it sounds like, doesn't it? इतना मस्त प्रोपेगेंडा करते हैं लोग, मजा आ जाता है मुझे कभी कभी. It's actually quite fun, and people will buy this also. I know this instinctively. I know this will then have like a WhatsApp will have some material for the next few weeks. WhatsApp forwards भर के आएंगे, अभी देखना आ भी रहे होंगे. Now also it must be coming. Completely unrelated note, there is a meme going on with Panchayat TV series using MPGA. Make Fulera great again. Really? What? INC at the time had leaders like Mohan Dharia, Chandrasekhar, Krishnakant, Ramdhan, who opposed the emergency and were jailed. Mohan Dharia was a central minister. Oh, there were many, 11,000 political leaders who were jailed during that time. Leaders and workers, etc. Total of 110,000 people were jailed. And that included a lot of RSS karyakartas. Yeah. What about the inclusion of secularism and socialism in the preamble of the constitution during emergency? Shouldn't it be revoted for in the parliament? I always found that very strange, D49, to be perfectly honest. They did put it in during the emergency and they kept it there. And then the successive governments haven't really done anything about it because you can't change the basic structure of the constitution anymore. Because the courts will not allow it. So that the preamble becomes the basic structure of the constitution. And there were many cases that happened after that where the judiciary declared that you cannot make changes in the basic structure of the constitution. That's why they can't remove it. That is the one reason why they can't do it. If the Modi government had 400 par, I was pretty sure that is the first thing that they would do. I mean, just to show strength. It's like, court क्या ही चीज़ है, 400 पार है हम. Like, अब तो बिल्कुल. So they didn't. They couldn't, and I'm glad they couldn't. Why was it added during that time? Because Indira Gandhi wanted it during that time. Later, the courts froze it, so now nobody can change it. It is the similar way that nobody can impose an emergency like Indira Gandhi did anymore, because there were changes made later in the constitution and how the judiciary behaves, etc. We'll come to that. I'll tell you. Detail में जाएंगे उसमें भी. According to research, Modi rule has more people behind bars than emergency. I'm making it up. No, it's not true. Bluecraft did Modi ji dirty with that cover. Bestseller with forward from Doland. It's not. It's by HD Devegowda, Shweta. This Bluecraft Digital Foundation gives something called Viksit Bharat Fellowship, but they are a non-profit organization per LinkedIn. Oh, yeah. Go deep. Go very deep. Their tentacles are everywhere. I think they have a connection with Smriti Irani also, if I'm not wrong. Constitution is made by the people, including the basic structure. If the basic structure is flawed, then doesn't make sense to prevent any change. True. Again, like it is a debate that legal scholars should get into. I am nobody to say anything about it. It is not making much difference in my life anyway. I know that we don't live in a socialist world. The middle class, as I said, doesn't live in the socialist world that is written in the constitution. The real people who live in the socialist world are the people who live on ration, so they get all the welfare, etc. And the people who are super rich. So the super rich get all the socialism that they want. They get discounts on they get like special schemes. They get auctions in their names. Matlab like rigged in their names, allegedly. They get coal blocks. They get subsidized land. They get tax cuts. What socialism, my friends? So if anybody should protect the word socialism in our constitution, it is the big corporate masters. They are bearing the fruits of that word. If you think you are, I doubt it. Indira Gandhi humiliated Pakistan, but I never understood why she did not take Bangladesh and make it a part of India. Okay, I don't understand how people consider this even a question. You do realize that Bangladesh is now a sovereign nation and there were like people who wanted it to be a sovereign nation. It was not like we could just go and take over. I mean, there are literally like millions of people living in Bangladesh. And you just want like Indira Gandhi to go and take over Bangladesh. What is wrong with you? Kuch bhi matlab. I saw you for the first time. I look like Subhash Chandra Bose. Wait, what? That's the first. Anyway, what is your opinion of the citizens who voted Indira Gandhi back next election even after the emergency? Oh, I'll tell you why that happened. I'll tell you. There is a fascinating story behind it. Okay, so we will start the deep dive now. First, a shout out to our research nerd friend Atharva, who did a good job in compiling some things for the emergency. So we have an entire document prepared here, which is talking about the emergency and a lot of details which I will take you through one by one. So here's the thing. These are the brief points that I'm going to take you through, which is first, what is the emergency and why did it happen? Second, I think one of the biggest fallouts of the emergency is that the RSS got legitimized. Because of this, Indira Gandhi is responsible for the legitimization of RSS. Straight up. It also led to the formation of BJP, by the way, later. Coalition politics made its entry for the first time in Indian democracy, which is a very good thing. And thank you, Indira Gandhi, for that, for basically destroying it so much that coalition politics came up out of it. States got more power after that because Indira Gandhi would left, right, center just like dismiss governments in random states. that is not done anymore because they changed the constitution as well. Media censorship entered public consciousness for the first time. Like we got a taste as a population, or at least like a giant population got a taste of what happens when the media is curtailed, when there is epic censorship happening in a country. And India's love for dictatorship was tested, and the result of that was mixed, I would say. Yeah, some people still love it. It was our first attempt. This might be our second. I think but ठीक है, वो बात करेंगे बाद में. And then it also built a foundation for the anti-defection law. That is where the question comes in, which was asked. Indira Gandhi won. Then Indira Gandhi lost Blue Star. She unfortunately was assassinated. And then Rajiv Gandhi came back with a better majority. And then he brought in like the worst law ever made in the history of this world and country. Yeah, he brought in the anti-defection law, which is the worst thing ever. Destroyed our democracy completely. It made it theoretical. Again, if you don't know, guys, tell me how many people don't know what the anti-defection law is. Please say hi so that I get an idea. Let's do some audience testing, I feel like. Okay. There were a few people here. I think from time to time I should just keep revising it. Anti-defection law. बहुत लोग हैं रे. Damn, dude. Yeah, Rajiv Gandhi brought the anti-defection law. Yeah. Okay. नहीं पता. Cool. Also, Sheldy, I have entertained you for a bit, but I saw your comments and you're being a bit of a prick, friend. So I'm going to ban you for a bit, okay? I have seen your comments and you're being a bit of a prick now. I mean, I have enjoyed having you around for a while, but now I think you're a prick. So please improve. You're being too mean to me, and I don't like it. Okay, so there are a few people who don't know about anti-defection law. Got it. Okay, noted. Second is, how many of you don't know why the emergency happened? Please say hi twice. Yeah, I did mention anti-defection law in my stream. I keep talking about it because I think not many people know about it and they should. Okay. A lot of people don't. Got it. So, bunch of people. Oh, you're going to have a time of your life, friends. Trust me. When you go down this rabbit hole, it was insane. And there are so many parallels. Okay, a bunch of people. Sort of know, but love to hear it from you. Okay, fair. Okay, fair. Right. So there are like two main things that I want you to take away from here. One is, of course, why the emergency happened. And second is anti-defection law. We will come to that. That is like the final chapter of this. All right. Okay, let us begin. Right. So first things first, as I said, the emergency is very simple. Right. What does that mean? It means it refers to the period from June 25th, 1975, that is when it was imposed, and March 21st, 1977. That is when the emergency actually happened. It was a period of 21 months. 20 months? 21 months. Okay. This was during which the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi used special provisions in the constitution to impose sweeping executive and legislative consequences to the country. Okay. So the way it works is that the किधर गया वो तीन? हाँ. So there is an article in the constitution which says, Article 352, that the president may, on advice of the cabinet headed by Prime Minister, issue a proclamation of emergency if the security or any part of the country is threatened by war or external aggression or armed rebellion, And there was another thing in here which was called internal disturbance. Okay. So before the emergency was actually implemented, there were 4 reasons why you could actually implement emergency. Now, what emergency means is that the government has complete control. Think of it like the central government can do whatever it wants. It can curtail our basic rights. It can tell us to stay at home. It can tell us that, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. It can basically also like ignore the courts completely. That is what the emergency is, right? So there are 4 reasons why the president, under the after the cabinet tells them to, can impose an emergency. War, which has happened. It happened in 1952 and it happened again in 1971 when we were at war with China. 1967, sorry. No, 62. Okay, twice before this, emergency was imposed because of war. I forget the years. Wait, likha hua hoga. Oh yeah, likha hai. See, Atharva already predicted it. In 1962 and 1971 were both on the grounds of war. Yeah, okay, fair. And the second is external aggression. Again, kind of war if there is an invading force coming in. Armed rebellion, if there is an internal armed rebellion or something that is going on, emergency can be declared. And then the internal disturbance thing was there. Now, Indira Gandhi used that, which is this internal disturbance. It was so vague. It was so vague that she just said, okay, internal disturbance is going on. Let us impose the emergency. That is essentially what happened and what the emergency is. Okay. Now, story time. Story time. Okay. So, we will start in 1971, right? 1971 May, we had a massive war with Pakistan. That is when Bangladesh was also formed. And Indira Gandhi came out like, yay, like super strong iron lady. The entire country was like, Pakistan ko sabak sikha diya. Amaze balls. Indira Gandhi, yo, iron lady. So she was peak popularity, right? During that year, there was also an election where she won from Raebareli and she got massive margins, right? Massive margins say she won, right? Yeah, so Indira Gandhi was like riding high during that time. Then something strange started happening, friends. She, probably because she was riding high, she was like, okay, now I'm invincible and I can do whatever. She started dismissing state governments. Back then also, like, she dismissed like 1 or 2 governments, and then later also she did it. But the second thing that started happening was Gujarat. In Gujarat, there was a famine-like situation, right? And the central government was completely ignoring it. There was an unemployment situation. Situation was bad. So there was a students' protest that started there. It was called Navanirman. In 1974, there was a protest that started, students' protest, which kind of snowballed, and it started inspiring people in Bihar to do a similar protest. So in 2 states, in Gujarat and Bihar, there were like massive movements that started. And the third thing that started was there was a protest being held by George Fernandez, where he blocked railway lines for 3 months. So there were 3 simultaneous protests that started between 73 and 75. Okay. Gujarat, Bihar, and railway protest. So Indira Gandhi was losing it during that time, because how dare they? How dare they do this? And then she kind of lost it a little bit. Okay. Then, while this was going on, the people of Bihar, the students of Bihar were like, okay, JP Narayan, let's go to JP Narayan. JP Narayan is this legendary figure. He was like a retired politician during that time. He was a social worker, a freedom fighter. He was Nehru's best friend. He also referred to Indira Gandhi as Indu Rani, is from what I read. So basically, he was very close to the Nehru family, etc. back then. But they thought that, arey, he's a social reformer, freedom fighter, so they were nice. People of Bihar went to JP Narayan and they said ki, Bhai Sahab, can you please come and lead this revolution that we are fighting against Indu Rani.
जेपी यानी जयप्रकाश नारायण भारतीय स्वतंत्रता संग्राम में पहली पंक्ति के सेनानी और राजनेता थे। भारत के स्वतंत्र होने के बाद 1954 में उन्होंने बिहार में विनोबा भावे के सर्वोदय आंदोलन के लिए जीवन समर्पित करने की घोषणा की और 1957 में उन्होंने लोक नीति के पक्ष में राजनीति छोड़ने का फैसला किया। लेकिन 1960 के दशक में वो राजनीति में फिर से सक्रिय हो गए। जयप्रकाश नारायण की निगाह में तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री इंदिरा गांधी की सरकार भ्रष्ट और अलोकतांत्रिक हो रही थी। यही कारण है कि देश भर में संपूर्ण क्रांति के जनक जेपी ने अपने प्रसिद्ध भाषण में कहा कि भ्रष्टाचार मिटाना, बेरोजगारी दूर करना, शिक्षा में क्रांति लाना आदि ऐसी चीजें हैं जो
Guys, sorry, just wanted to pause. Notice the date. 25th June 1975. So anyway, the JP movement started during that time where a bunch of people started coalescing around JP Narayan and against Indira Gandhi, right? So what happened is that on 25th June at Ramlila Maidan, JP Narayan held a rally. There was this massive rally that happened. Some estimates say that about 3 to 4 lakh people turned up for that rally. Again, if you don't know, Ramlila Maidan was also the reason why Modi ji came to power in a very strange way. Anyway, so massive rally happened against Indira Gandhi on the 25th of June morning. And then on midnight, Indira Gandhi sends like a note almost to the president during that time, and he signs the emergency. And Indira Gandhi didn't even ask the cabinet for permission. Basically, the cabinet has to be the one to advise to the president to impose the emergency. Fakhruddin Ali was the president during that time, and he imposed it. Because why not? And then they were in like intense meetings all night, and at 3 a.m., around 3 a.m. by some accounts, they decided to do the most strange thing. They said that electricity for most major newspapers around the country needs to be cut. So they went and just started cutting electricity of newspaper houses so that they won't be able to print the next day. They started arresting all political leaders. Like literally, like just started raiding houses after houses and arresting political leaders, including JP Narayan, included Atal Bihari Vajpayee, LK Advani, Sitaram Yechuri, बहुत लोग थे, काफी लोग थे, अरुण जेटली, रविशंकर प्रसाद, और कौन थे, सुषमा स्वराज, I don't know, but a bunch of people, which you name them and they were arrested. Okay, 11,000 political workers and leaders were arrested across the board, right? Then next day at 8 a.m., there is on All India Radio, Indira Gandhi comes in and gives her address and says that the president has imposed an emergency on the country. Ordinary people shouldn't be too worried about this, okay? Ordinary people को कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. This is because of internal disturbances.
क्रांति लाना आदि ऐसी चीजें हैं जो आज की पूरी नहीं हो सकती क्योंकि वह इस व्यवस्था की ही
सॉरी, एक चैप्टर तो रह गया बीच में, एक और चीज हुआ था which was actually one of the reasons why she imposed emergency. Okay, 1971 she got big victory in Raebareli, right? Her opponent filed a case in the courts alleging that the election was stolen in that seat. So in 1975, I think in June 1975, right before this, the Allahabad High Court on 22nd of June gave a verdict that Indira Gandhi stole the elections. It was proven in court, and it went to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upheld it. So they kind of basically the ask was that she should be dismissed, the prime minister during that time, from the membership of parliament because she stole the elections. So the Supreme Court gave a very weird verdict saying that no, okay, so she can be prime minister, she can come to parliament, but she can't vote. No idea what was that, but that also happened like 2 days before the emergency was imposed. So here is what is happening again.
उपज हैं
ये हो रहा है।
तभी पूरी हो सकती हैं जब संपूर्ण व्यवस्था बदल
This is happening.
और संपूर्ण व्यवस्था के परिवर्तन के लिए क्रांति यानी संपूर्ण क्रांति
This is a coalition of 3 movements coming together, which sort of snowballed on the 25th of June.
आवश्यक है
Right?
1975 और जयप्रकाश ने उनके इस्तीफे की मांग की। विपक्ष के बढ़ते दबाव को देखते हुए इंदिरा गांधी ने राष्ट्रीय आपातकाल की घोषणा कर दी और जेपी समेत तमाम विपक्षी नेताओं को गिरफ्तार कर लिया। तब दिल्ली के लाल किला मैदान में 1 लाख से अधिक लोगों ने जयप्रकाश नारायण की गिरफ्तारी के खिलाफ हुंकार भरी।
So even after the arrest, there was of course like massive protests that broke out, etc. Then more people were arrested. Then more people were arrested. Every time they came out to protest, they got arrested. As a result, 1,10,000 people were put in jail. 1,10,000 people, which is nuts. I don't need to tell you more. 11,000 of them were, of course, political leaders. So it's like a bunch of things together, coming together. Movements, 3 movements leading to like this Ram Leela Maidan, JP movement, all the things. Second is there around JP, other parties started coalescing. This includes the Janata Party and wait, there are 4 parties which I need to mention here. Kidhar gaya? Yeah. So the main parties that were coalescing around this time was the Bharatiya Lok Dal, which was Charan Singh's party, Bharatiya Jan Sangh. Now this is the precursor to the BJP. Congress O. Okay. Congress O is an organization which was formed after Indira Gandhi pissed off a lot of old-timers in the Congress. Basically, there was Morarji Desai in the Congress who wanted to be Prime Minister because he was seen as Nehru's successor at one point. And then Indira Gandhi was like, no, why? Me. So then he got pissed off. And a lot of other senior leadership also got pissed off. And these were like freedom fighter Congress leaders, right? They went and started this split away called Congress O, which had a lot of people from the south, by the way. And then, of course, there was the Socialist Party. Okay, these are the ones who started coming around JP during that time for this Andolan, and all of them got arrested. Literally A to Z, all of them got arrested and they were thrown in jail. That is what happened. That is why the emergency happened. Because Indira Gandhi wanted to retain her power. She was also very high on power, I must say, after 1971. And went a little too far. Too far, right? Was it unconstitutional? No. Because during that time, the constitution technically allowed her to do this. Was it morally bad? Yes, it was morally very bad to arrest so many people and shut down the media. It's not great. एक दिखा देता हूँ मैं, रुक जाओ. So one of the very interesting things that happened during that time is that because the media was shut down, papers like the Indian Express and the Statesman, they started printing blank editorials, right? What that means is that we want to say a lot of things, but we can't. So they just kept the place blank. And that actually explained to common people what censorship is. In a very strange way, it was such an effective way to tell people, ki, look, there is this paper, all the news that is coming is government approved. They literally had like crazy amounts of things that they did, right, during the emergency. First is 4 prominent news agencies, which was PTI, United News of India, Hindustan Samachar, and Samachar Bharati. They were forcibly merged into one entity called Samachar. Okay, there was this INB minister and his secretary who was also close to the Nehru family, who actually came up with all of this. I forget his name. Chat, please remind me who was the guy. Shashank something, I don't know. if you do remember, anybody remembers, please let me know in chat. Strict scrutiny and censorship. News reporting was subjected to severe scrutiny, with a government official in PIB having the authority to censor content and ensure only pro-government reports were published. Mandatory pro-government coverage. So journalists were actually compelled to cover only pro-government things, like forcefully. नहीं तो jail में डाल देंगे. Right. Pre-publication clearance, editors were required to submit their manuscripts to the chief censor at the PIB for approval before publication. Arrest of editors, of course, some editors were also arrested. Indian Express, Motherland were arrested for publishing news sympathetic to opposition leaders and for releasing critical stories about the ruling family. Yes, confiscation of printing facilities. Printing presses were confiscated completely. Demands for security deposit. Publications like the weekly Himmat were ordered to make substantial financial deposits because of certain objectionable reports, effectively penalizing them for critical coverage. Also, as I said, they cut off power supply for printing presses, which is Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, where all the offices are in Delhi. They just cut it out. So June 26th and 27th, there were no newspapers coming in. Government blocked advertisements to newspapers that were critical of its policies to choke them of a large chunk of revenue and manipulate them. Oh, this sounds familiar, doesn't it? So yeah, this was bad, friends. Bad. Now AI can do all this censorship business in style of Indian judiciary. If allowed. This sounds suspiciously familiar. I told you it will sound familiar. History repeats itself, my dear friends. History repeats itself. Party का क्या लेना देना है? When you see authoritarianism, you call out authoritarianism. It's true. This was very authoritarian. Oh, bad. Okay. Now, chat, are you so far with me? If you are, please say I. If you are so far with me, please say I. Then we will continue this amazing ride. Yeah. Okay. Repeat the last point. There was the entire thing was the last point, friend. I'm having fun, not going to lie. Thank you. I am, but not fully. RRSF, what you can do is you can go back and watch the whole thing again. It's okay. फिर से देख लेना बाद में, right? And बाद में, if you have any questions, I can answer them also. Don't worry. लंबा चलेगा ये. It's 10:04 right now. लंबा चलेगा. Don't worry. We will take our time. Okay. So far, a lot of people are with me. Okay. Now, what happened after? Now, this was one part of it, which was, of course, media censorship. The second thing that happened to this country is Sanjay Gandhi. And he really happened to us. Man was kind of crazy, I must say. Sanjay Gandhi, who was Indira Gandhi's son, he basically started implementing some crazy laws. Some of them were good, but one of them was very bad. First is he just abolished dowry straight up. He abolished a bunch of terrible things. He abolished caste. It was like, not allowed. Caste is not allowed anymore. But the second thing that he did, the third thing that he did is nasbandi. Forced sterilization. Sanjay Gandhi had it in his mind that the whole why India has so many problems is because we have too many people. Yeah. And then he just said कि everywhere adults need to be just gathered and snip. They need to be snip. So they literally filled up people in trucks and snip them. A ridiculous amount of people. Some 60 lakh people. One account says 60 lakh people. Again, chat, please correct me on this. How many people? Snip. I don't know exactly, but I thought I read 60 lakh people. It's a lot of people. How was the selection process? None. Like mostly poor. They would go into slums and villages, put people in trucks, take them to camps, and then nasbandi, snip snip. There was, yeah. So basically, Sanjay Gandhi was unleashed onto the world, and of course, a lot of people were not happy. Were really not happy, right? Meanwhile, all these political leaders who were in jail, they started hatching plans. They started hatching plans and they were like, okay, now we need to coalesce. We need to start thinking about what comes next. We need to defeat Indira Gandhi, and this emergency is not done. Everybody was very, very pissed off. Yeah, that's 8.3 million sterilized. So that's what, 83 lakh people? 83 lakh people. That's crazy. Just to give you a comparison, Hitler also did this, but that number was around some 4 lakh. Yeah. So literally men were rounded up like cattle and then they were forcefully snipped. I heard he first tried to incentivize them, but it failed miserably. So camps and snip. Fact check me, please. So there was, I also read somewhere that there was like an incentive structure that he had built initially to control population, but he lost patience and then just went crazy. Also because during emergency, they had unfettered powers. You have to remember. They could literally go and do anything and everything. And also there was no opposition because the opposition was in jail. Yes, it was. All right. Let's come to the conspiracy after that. Wait. Okay. So during that time, a lot of things have happened. Another thing that that Indira Gandhi did was essentially it sort of killed our judiciary. It said that the parliament can make whatever law it wants and the judiciary cannot review it. It can make changes to the constitution in whatever way it wants and the judiciary cannot review it. And that is when socialist and secular was inserted in our constitution. And she was just going to crazy town with this. 1976 was also supposed to be an election year. Because 1971 was the last one, 5 years later, 1976. So Indira Gandhi, I think at that point, had also understood that she's not very popular anymore and she can't let the elections happen. So she just extended the emergency for another year. And so it went on for almost 2 years, right? So, but what is interesting is that she ended it herself, and which a lot of people found a little strange, but I don't, because I think at that point of time she was getting extremely unpopular for doing what she was doing, especially because of Sanjay Gandhi and what he was doing. And then this is what India after Gandhi mein Ramchandra Guha had written. For no apparent reason, Indira decided to lift the emergency in 1977. Guha has various theories which offered an explanation. IB reports had her convinced that she would win the elections. 400 par, bitches. So there was a chance that during that time, after the emergency, probably Indira Gandhi was so convinced that she's going to get 400 par that she was like, end it. We will go for elections and people will love me. Oh my God, the parallels. Insane. The other one is she needed to match similar action by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto in Pakistan, because during that time, parallelly emergency-like situation was happening in Pakistan, so they had removed it. This was after the Bangladesh war, so she was trying to match it. I'm not sure about this. And the other option, which is interesting, she missed connecting with the common people. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she missed it. Maybe she was like, okay, I might have all the power in the world, but I don't meet any real people anymore. So I will end it. Anyway, whatever the reason is, she herself ended it. Right? She herself ended it. And then next year is when the crucial election happened. This was an insane election. Right. So then she let out all the leaders, etc. as well. Now that these people had come out of college, they had done their conspiracy and hatching, the Janata Party was formed. Basically, Janata Party now had, like, as I said, 4 parties under it, which is the Bharatiya Lokdal, Bharatiya Jansangh, which will go on to become the BJP in the 1980. Congress O, which is the ex-Congress veteran people who were pissed off with Indira Gandhi, and the Socialist Party, right? So they came together. Now, this is a very bizarre bunch of people, just saying, because it has everyone from communists to socialists to right-wingers to RSS. ABVP bhi ghus gaya usme. Everyone. Atal Bihari, of course, all of them were there. All of them were there. Emergency also gave India a crop of young leaders who would dominate politics forever. Lalu Prasad Yadav, George Fernandez, who led the railway protest. Arun Jaitley, you know who Arun Jaitley is. He gave us the wonderful electoral bonds, the brains behind the electoral bonds. Ramvilas Paswan, dead of, who is it? Chirag Paswan. They also formed dynasties after that, of course. And this was the first time Congress was at its weakest, because till this point, it was all Congress. Congress was winning all elections. People who wanted to get into politics were also joining Congress, so on and so forth, until emergency. And then for the first time, there was a chance of a non-coalition government coming to power, and it did. It did. In 1977, when the elections were held, Congress lost very, very badly. They lost very, very badly. कहाँ पे है वो figures? Janata Alliance was particularly successful in North, winning all 85 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 52 out of 54 in Bihar, 37 out of 40 in Madhya Pradesh, 24 seats in Rajasthan and 19 in Maharashtra, including all seats from Bombay, through smaller, although smaller in terms of number of MPs sent to New Delhi. Janata Party also won all seats in Haryana, Delhi and Himachal Pradesh and Chandigarh. Congress retained power somewhat in the south, winning 92 out of 154 seats. So this is how it looked like. This was all Janata Party. It looks weirdly like what the BJP is right now, or in 2019. Look at this. This was the Janata Party's effect. This whole thing, Janata Party alliance with those 4 parties coming together, is them, right? Congress is this. Left party is also somewhere, kahin thoda West Bengal mein especially, and also somewhere in Kerala as well, and others. Yeah, there were other parties as well who were like independent parties, etc., who were also fighting this. Then they formed the government. And Morarji Desai was the first person who became our prime minister. Just that there was a problem. There was a little bit of a problem. Okay, so remember these 4 things, 4 parties. Now, Bharatiya Jansangh had the largest number of seats. Okay, Lokdal and Bharatiya Jansangh, but Jansangh had the largest number of seats. And Congress O, Morarji Desai belonged to Congress O. They had smaller number of seats. So what happened is that Morarji Desai, when he was made the prime minister, people got pissed off. They were like, why is he getting it? But it was all the whole, Nehru legacy. You know, like he was very close to Nehru. So we need to have a stable prime minister. So they chose Morarji Desai. That didn't last long at all. at all, because internal differences started happening like crazy. Okay, and this is after Indira Gandhi's loss, massive loss of the Congress, new government in place. Atal Bihari Vajpayee gave a giant speech also. Wait, where is this? I think somewhere we had the Atal Bihari Vajpayee speech also. Kind of. Ye hai. You want to see young Atal Bihari Vajpayee? Look at
Indira is India. India is Indira. अब शायद उन्हें अनुभव हो रहा होगा कि उन्हें ऐसी बात नहीं कहनी चाहिए। जनता पार्टी में, जनता पार्टी के समर्थकों में ऐसा अहंकार कभी पैदा नहीं होने दिया जाएगा, इसका हम आपको विश्वास दिलाते हैं।
कभी नहीं होने देंगे।
कितना भी बड़ा हो मगर देश से बड़ा नहीं हो सकता। कोई दल कितना भी शक्तिशाली हो मगर 62 करोड़ जनता से अधिक शक्ति नहीं रख सकता। व्यक्ति आएंगे, चले जाएंगे, पार्टियां बनेंगी, बिगड़ेंगी, नई पार्टियां जन्मेंगी, सरकारें कायम होंगी, बदलेंगी, मगर कश्मीर से लेकर कन्याकुमारी तक फैला हुआ भारत अपनी सनातन संस्कृति के साथ आधुनिकता का वर्ण करने के लिए अमर काल तक इस तीर्थ यात्रा में चलता रहेगा।
This speech aged like milk. Exactly. I thought you should see it.
हम उस महान भारत की संतति हैं। आज सवेरे बापू की समाधि पर हमने उन आदर्शों के लिए अपने को समर्पित किया जिनके लिए बापू जन्मे, जिए और अंत में शहादत को प्राप्त हुए। हम आश्वासन दिलाना चाहते हैं कि देश में भाईचारे की जो नई राजनीति शुरू हुई है,
देश में
उसमें किसी तरह का खलल नहीं डालने दिया जाएगा।
Yes, do you hear him? नई भाईचारे की राजनीति। हाय यार।
से बांटने की किसी
Like
भी
that.
चाल को सफल नहीं होने दिया जाएगा। हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, ईसाई, पारसी, बौद्ध, जैन, अलग अलग मतावलंबी अपने अपने उपासना के रास्तों पर चलते हुए एक दूसरे के साथ आदर का भाव बरतते हुए इस देश के निर्माण में अपना योगदान देंगे।
See, man is super secular. काफी secular आदमी। This man was a statesman. He was a Democrat, and he was a different leader. Very different leader. But anyway, Atal Bihari Vajpayee also was, of course, like a part of the government, etc. Now, what happened after that is a bit of a roller coaster ride. So, I'm going to just briefly tell you what actually happened. So, Charan Singh, who was the Bharatiya Lok Dal, Charan Singh got really upset that he's not the Prime Minister. So he's tried to do Bagawat with Morarji Desai, and he tried to go to the Congress and tried to get their support, which was so strange. Anyway, he did that. Then there was, of course, another thing that was happening in this whole Janata Alliance thing, which is they were really upset with the Jan Sangh, which was the precursor of BJP, because the Jan Sangh was full of RSS people. And what these people were saying, especially the Socialist Party and the Congress Organization Party, they were saying that these guys cannot be members of the parliament and of the RSS at the same times. They, right on day one, when he was chosen, Morarji Desai was chosen as the Prime Minister, this issue was brought up that everybody who is in RSS cannot be a part of RSS and also be a part of this alliance at the same time, because they were really sus. They were like very sus of this organization called RSS even back then. And till 2 years, they had not made a decision, which finally caused like a giant darar between these parties. And then Charan Singh was also like backstabby during that time. He was just jumping parties from the one from the other. And then finally, there is another thing that happened, which is there was a Janata Party, real Janata Party that happened out of it. So the Janata Party collapsed, and there was a Janata Party secular that came out of it because there were leaders so desperate to prove that they were secular in nature. They separated and formed Janata Party secular. And there was, of course, the Janata Party, which it was just there. And that turned into the BJP. Yeah. Janata Party, they when they fought the next election in 1980, they added Bharatiya to it. Bharatiya Janata Party. That's how the BJP came to be. Because RSS. Yeah. That was one of the reasons why the government collapsed. Because nobody trusted the RSS and nobody trusted Charan Singh. And Charan Singh also didn't trust the RSS also. But anyway, what happened is that Charan Singh wanted to be Prime Minister. They got outside support from Indira Gandhi's Congress, which was the actual Congress. And then they were like, okay, he'll be Prime Minister, etc. But before he could actually become Prime Minister, Congress took it back and the entire coalition collapsed as a result. And then elections again. Elections happened again in 1980 1977, 78, 79. 79 is when elections happened again. And Indira Gandhi won like madness. Like, everybody lost their shit during that time. I think everybody must have lost their shit, or maybe not. But looking at all these coalition parties and Janata Party and the BJP thing happening and the basically a lot of bickering that was happening, people were like, Indira Gandhi achhi thi. Which is very strange to me now. I don't know why, but it happened. It was 1980. Yes, correct. I was just confused between 79 and 80, but it was our Game of Thrones. You're absolutely right. So 1980 of course, Indira Gandhi comes back to power with more seats than ever. I have a Khadge clip for that, I think. ये देखो.
देखिए, उनको ये समझना चाहिए कि इमरजेंसी
It's very low.
करते करते आप उनको कटघरे में ठहरा किया.
I'm trying.
लेकिन उन्होंने उसको स्वीकार करके वो कहा, यस, हमसे गलती हो गई, माफी चाहते हैं. और उसके बाद उन्होंने जो इमरजेंसी क्लॉज था, उस इमरजेंसी क्लॉज आर्टिकल 44 कुछ था ना, 352(1) उसको निकालने का प्रोविजन जब आया, तब इंदिरा गांधी जी ने वो गवर्नमेंट को सपोर्ट करके कहा कि ठीक है, जो गलती है वो गलती हो गई, लेकिन हम वो निकालने के लिए भी वोट करते हैं. उन्होंने वोट किया.
So, according to Khadge, according to Mallikarjun Khadge ji, after the emergency ended, right, Indira Gandhi, so the new government basically changed the constitution again. They prevented future prime ministers from imposing an emergency like that. So they removed that whole internal disturbance clause when you can impose emergency, etc. And according to Khadge ji, Indira Gandhi said that it was her mistake to impose the emergency and actually supported the changing of the constitution, which would remove these emergency provisions. Maybe because I think she had lost a lot of popularity, and of course the new government had come to power, so she decided to support it. But I must say this. The Congress back then is also the reason why the coalition government collapsed, because they played with Charan Singh and the RSS, and the RSS was also playing a lot of games in the background. They desperately didn't want Congress to come back, so they started backstabbing each other. They were like, मुझे prime minister बनना है, मुझे finance minister बनना है, मुझे ये करना है, मुझे वो करना है. So it was like chaotic हो गया था थोड़ा सा. So in 1980 there was an election held, and Indira Gandhi got almost 2/3 majority during that time. Almost, like some seats less, like 10 seats less. It was basically Indira Gandhi's 400 par moment, almost. Yeah, And then she did Blue Star, and then in 1984, she was assassinated, which was unfortunate. Then came Rajiv Gandhi. Yeah, Rajiv Gandhi. Okay. With me so far, please say aye. Then we will come to the final chapter of this saga. 1.5 घंटा हो गया, देखो 1.5 घंटा. मैंने बोला था ना हम जाएंगे लंबा थोड़ा सा. Oh, super chat देखे, super chat. Okay, super chat. Super chat देखते, then we'll come to the final chapter. Hey, Sumaya, thank you for the support. Filter copy. Oh, filter copy upgraded to Giga support. Which reminds me, friends, if you are a Giga member, I'm going to hold a Giga special call this weekend on Sunday night, probably. So I will send you a link to all the Giga members. So you can come and join me at a meet call. You can give your feedback. You can chill with me. You can tell me what you think about the channel, give me ideas, etc., etc. All the things, all the things. So I will be doing that call on Sunday. I will tell you the time. It will be in the evening. So you will get a link in the community tab of this channel. Just keep a lookout. You will get a calendar invite. Just RSVP kar dena. Okay, so I know how many people are coming. Rajat, thank you for the support. Intellectual Talks, thank you. Disha is saying we can practically blame Indira for the right swing and introduction of fringe fundamentalists into mainstream politics. She was a perfect catalyst. Exactly, exactly. She's the one who is responsible for legitimizing the RSS. She's also the one who is responsible for bringing in coalition politics into our country for the first time. She is also responsible for the rise of regional parties. She's also responsible for our judiciary becoming stronger, ironically, because she broke the system so much. She was basically doing what Mark Zuckerberg does right now. Break things and move fast, whatever that means, right? That's what it means. Break things, move fast. Indira Gandhi was doing that philosophy with democracy. So went kind of nuts. It went insane. And then she was unironically responsible for the judiciary becoming more powerful. She was unironically responsible for the 3-judge case also later, Keshavananda Bharti case, which protected our preamble, which also like changed a lot of things in our judiciary. And finally, she was also responsible for federalism. A lot of it. I think after Indira Gandhi went through her crazy phase, like state governments got a lot of more power, and it was more difficult for central governments to just come in and dismiss the governments across states like crazy. So in a weird way, we should thank her for the emergency because it just made us stronger. But I mean, she did terrible things during that time. Of course she did. And Sanjay Gandhi, of course. But it made us stronger. She broke things. She broke things wildly. Hey, Yash, thank you so much for the support. Very generous of you. Huge fan. Thanks for everything you do. Probably won't be able to join the Giga member chat, but I wanted to suggest bringing Akar Patel back on the show, maybe even regularly if possible. Man is savage as fuck. Yes, Yash. So I am in my podcast. He's actually one of the guests that I'm going to bring. We're trying to figure that out. And of course, I will get Akar again. I also intend to get him. There are a few more names that I intend to get. So next month, you will see me talk to some really fun people, by the way. The 4 people I have done podcast with till now are just, you will have a lot of fun. And Akar is also on the list. I will probably make a Bangalore tour at some point to record those, but I am planning. So idea is that first I'm going to try and do a few Delhi episodes. Then if I have enough money and contribution like you did right now, so thank you. I'm going to fly to Bangalore and then do a few episodes there. And then Bombay, few there, etc. So I will try to do that. I'm trying to get a bunch of people. Raju sir is also a part of it. Yes, he's on the list. A lot of people are. So if you have any suggestions for guests, by the way, please email me on megnerd@gmail.com. And if you're a Giga member, that is one thing that you can definitely suggest this Sunday. Please do. Maharashtra Congress released a book justifying emergency. Justifying it. Again, see, like everybody is trying to spin it, guys. Everybody will try to spin the emergency in their way, whatever they want. BJP is doing it in their way. Congress is doing it in their way. Of course, we aren't. I'm just giving you brutal picture of what really happened and what was the consequences of it. Okay, chat, are you excited for final chapter? The final chapter. If you are, please say hi. Raj Yadav is saying I should have Raj Yadav as the guest. Thanks, Raj Yadav. Bring Sham Manava Andhashraddha Nirmulan Samiti. Interesting. Kunal, एकदम meta question पूछ दिया. Are you hopeful for India's future? The answer is yes. I am. I am. If I wasn't hopeful, I wouldn't be doing this. Honestly, I wouldn't be. Raj Yadav has been banned many times. He keeps coming back with different IDs. I think Raj Yadav didn't realize that now I can see the user ID. So maybe Raj Yadav screwed up there. Okay, final chapter. Final chapter. So, what happened is that after Indira Gandhi's assassination in 1984, right? Rajiv Gandhi, her son, was there, and there was an election that happened, and he came to power, and he came with a crazy majority again. He got a lot of sympathy vote during that time, but this whole JP thing, this whole coalition thing, it was worse than ever. All these people who were kind of quiet after like Indira Gandhi's peak power moment in the 80s, suddenly got like a little more active after that, right? And they started to ferment dissent within the Congress. Now, Rajiv Gandhi, all said and done, was a decent guy. Not like Sanjay Gandhi. Sanjay Gandhi was nutty. Rajiv Gandhi was a decent chap, वैसे. But he didn't have a grip over the party like Indira Gandhi did, right? So he was very afraid of splits and the party not listening. So in 1985, a new law was brought in. It's called the 10th schedule, which is also known as the anti-defection law, right? Now, this law is a little insane. There is this MP called Gayaram from Haryana who switched political parties 3 times in a single day. Like morning mein, he was in one party. Second party, he was in the afternoon. Third party, he was in the night. He just switched parties 3 times. And people were like, this is crazy. We shouldn't let this happen. So they called this the Ayaram Gayaram moment. And this is also called the Ayaram Gayaram law. Named after Gayaram, of course. They brought in a law called the anti-defection law, which says 2 things. First is, once you get elected from one party ticket and on one party symbol, you cannot change parties. Once you are a part of the parliament or legislative assembly, you cannot change parties. If you switch parties, then 1/3 of the total, no, kitna? Sorry, 2/3? Yeah, 2/3 of the total party strength has to switch with you, right? Only then are you allowed to leave. So everybody has to en masse defect and go to another party, or you can't. The second thing that it says, which is the most ridiculous part of the anti-defection law, is the if you are a member of a party then you have to vote based on the orders that you get from the party whip. What that means is that the party leader will tell a party whip within parliament or assembly for the other members to vote on a bill in a certain way, and you have to do it. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you get kicked out of parliament or assembly. So, what that did was that it kind of made our parliament pointless. It did. Because what that means is that about 8 to 10 people at any given point of time can change the constitution just by using this law. 8 to 10 people, which are all the party leaderships. Okay, the party leaders, they can just tell their MPs to vote in a certain way, and then they will just come and en masse vote. They don't even have to read the bill. There is no incentive to read the bill because order aaya hai, vote kar do. So our MPs, most of them, are essentially just flesh bags with fingers who are supposed to vote a certain way in parliament. So we are not a democracy, we are a theoretical democracy. And that was also a fallout of this whole sequence of events. This law is by far the worst law that exists in our country today. It is very unknown to most people, right? So in a way, what is happening is that if you elect an MP and you tell them ki, oh, why don't you vote no on a certain bill, but the party leader tells them to vote yes on a certain bill, they will listen to the party leader, not you. So not your representative anymore, they are always the party leader's representative in parliament. And now we have MPs who do not care about what bill is being passed. They don't read it. They don't spend any time studying it. They don't listen to their constituents because what is the point? हाँ मतलब your opinion ठीक है, whatever opinion you have, but they will ultimately listen to the party leader. Thanks to Rajiv Gandhi's anti-defection law. Yeah. That was the final chapter. The final chapter ends with the destruction of our democracy. Thank you. Thank you. You're very, very welcome for this long ass session. Thank you for being here, guys. You really are nerds. This is an approval from my end. भाई 11th की पॉलिटिकल साइंस में तो ये नहीं था एग्जैक्टली लाइक कोई नहीं बताता है फ्रेंड्स एंड द रीजन व्हाई आई नो इट इज बिकॉज इट वाज सच अ जायंट शॉक फॉर मी बिकॉज आई वाज वर्किंग इन पार्लियामेंट एंड आई हैड टू राइट अ 3-line whip and actually order members matlab through my boss to come and vote to change the constitution for GST. Thank you, Prasha. Thank you. Approved by Nerdlord before GTA 6. Yes. This was the nerdiest stream I've been part of and I loved it. Hey, thank you, Osiris. Guys, you like these nerdy streams, no? These deep dives. I love it. I love doing these, honestly. Like, I mean, it's just basically me sitting down and telling you a giant story. That's what I feel like. So I love it. And again, special shout out to Atharva who did some wonderful research on this. Also, please read India After Gandhi. This whole drama that I told you, there is a giant part of it in India After Gandhi. So please read it. Never stop doing them. I intend to. I mean, of course, once in a while I do this. Do this. I was thinking, guys, should we do another one on... I'm not promising you anything because I know I promised something and then I don't really live up to it and it makes me feel terrible also, so I'm not going to do that to myself. But I was thinking one of the things that we need to do is the 90s one, which is the liberalization thing. I know a lot of you have been asking. Maybe it would be fun to do like a liberalization thing. And the other one is the nuclear deal, which is 2008. Those are like pivotal moments. So emergency, liberalization, which was also like Ram Janmabhoomi and everything happening during that time. And then we come to 2008-ish, which is like the nuclear deal. It would be amazing. This can be a three-parter then. I'm a humanities student and I found them interesting. I could relate to it a lot. I'm glad. I'm not sure if this question is already answered. I'll answer questions now. I'll talk to you guys now. I don't know what question you had asked, but he retracted it. Okay. Thank you for this. Never knew these details and you explained it in such an interesting manner. I skipped binge watching a show for today's stream. Thank you. Glad. One of the worries I always have is that, am I making sense? Are people still here listening? But there are, of course you are. India's space journey, computer journey, green revolution, all interesting. I do admit. But I'm the nerdiest about, like events in history that have sort of affected our democracy and changed laws and parliament and everything and the way we look at it. For example, because of the emergency, it is true, right, that we A, have coalition governments, B, states got more power, 3, RSS got legitimized, which later came to be true in the 90s because LK Advani is a product of the emergency. He was also in jail. He got inspired, I must say. And clearly Narendra Modi was also inspired similarly or whatever. But Advani is the one who took Narendra Modi under his wing, so clearly that flowed. And the other thing is that people understood the importance of the press. They were like, press censorship, not great. Not great. Helping Vimo love AI. I saw the post Vimo put out. Guys, why you like hating on Vimo? Huh? I understand his skepticism towards AI. Although Congress did some shitty things, we have to admit they did shape our country's future for the betterment. A sunny story, see, that's the thing. I mean, like, they existed, they did things, completely up to you and your perspective on whether they did good things or bad things, okay? Good, bad matters. Everything is grey, right? Like, for example, as I said, because Indira Gandhi broke the system so badly through the emergency is why our system is more resilient and better, right? In the future, I feel like we would be thanking Narendra Modi for breaking the system so badly that the future governments that came in, the immediate government that comes after this will try to plug all the holes, which will make us more resilient as a democracy. That is what happens. Crazy leaders come in, they break things like children, and then adults have to come in and fix it and make it better so that the next child that comes doesn't break it. But inevitably a child will come and they will break it. So अभी हमारा breakage moment फिर से चल रहा है. That is why I have hope, friends. That is exactly. Someone asked me, do you still have hope? Yes. It is the time of children right now. Adults will come later. Guest suggestion, P. Sainath. Oh, my producer also suggested. I think that's a good name, yes. Do you think coalition government will happen today? Arey, coalition government is the coalition. TGB, sorry. 2024 May, we got a coalition government. This is a coalition government. This is not a Modi government anymore. This is Modi 240. Modi ji doesn't have majority right now. He is dependent on Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu to stay in parliament and be prime minister. Do not forget, this is the coalition government. People who have gained political puberty after 2014, right, have never seen a coalition government till now, right? So in the last 11 years, last 2014 to 2024, you haven't. Right now you are. This is a coalition government. But what if RSS is able to fill shitty thoughts in masses like more than 50%? Hemlob, it doesn't work that way, honestly. One of the reasons is because we are so diverse as a country, and also because we have our own cultural identities. For a little bit, they will try. But it's impossible, I think. Like, I mean, we are so proud as people and as our cultural identities, as India in general, unity in diversity, not just a slogan. I think we become resilient because we are chaotic. It's really hard to control a country like ours, which is just sheer chaos. India at crossroads, what is hopeful? It is hopeful. I am hopeful right now. I mean, like 2024 mein, if they would have gotten 400 par, I had decided this. You can go and watch my streams when I was looking at the results and everything. I had decided that if 400 par would have happened, I would have shut down this channel and I would have gone into gaming. Modi ji didn't want me to go into gaming. Damn it. So this would have been a gaming channel. In a parallel universe, Modi ji has 400 par. I am doing gaming. I am putting out gaming reviews and these live streams. We are like playing a new game or something right now. Not talking about politics at all. Running scared. That's what is happening in a parallel universe. Can we cover the history of CPIM on this channel someday? That would be interesting. I'll try. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, I mean, because of events like this, like now you know a little bit about Janata Party, you know a little bit about Charan Singh, you know a little bit about Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, all these characters, Morarji Desai, parties that came in, Congress O. O. So, you know, if there is like an interesting event, it's more fun to sort of explore them as characters. But if you just take the character, no, it becomes a little difficult to do. I don't know if that made sense. So CPIM, sure, I can. I mean, it's an interesting thing. Our opinion changed about our country's future. Oh, yes, it keeps changing. Sometimes I feel hopeful, sometimes I don't. Right now, it's my hope mode. All Medusa chats getting ignored. Wait, Medusa is here? Kidhar hai Medusa? I didn't even see Medusa. Where is Medusa? What? है क्या? किधर है मेडुसा? My take, Modi is a cult personality. We know what happens to any cult leader. Maybe the people who sense need to prepare for what comes next rather than what to do with current regime. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you should think about the future, I guess. I mean, the current regime, of course, you should be careful. You should keep a watch on them. And then once you learn, you go and try to not do the same things, I guess. That's what Amit Shah also said. But they're doing the same things. My nephew is full-on BJP supporter. He's just 17 years. He's easily swayed and has some interesting opinions. Don't take opinions of 17-year-olds seriously. Please don't. Please don't. I think people become a little more smarter once they start paying rent and have like life to deal with. Once they start getting into relationships, thinking about getting married and then responsibilities coming. That is when you should take people's opinions seriously on anything. And I say this as a former 17-year-old, 22-year-old, 25-year-old, I'm saying. Project Taeyang is 17. Yes, I know. It's okay. You can give your opinion, but I'm just telling others not to take you seriously. Because, why? I know I was 17 and I was stupid. Prithviraj is 21. Fair. I'm not insulting you, friends. young friends, I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying, based on, like a former young person telling you what I feel. Anju is turning 17 in 4 months. At 17, I knew more about cartoons than politics, which is true. It's true, and that is what you should know more about. YouTube प्रीमियम का पैसा देना होता है, मजदूरी लगती है. Yes. I was way more aggressively feminist at 17. I have just lost hope at 23. Where, again, like, you will have periods. Like, I think after a point, after you cross 30, when you have some money in your bank, some savings somewhere, is when you will be like, okay, not that bad. The hope starts coming back. I think after 30s, when you can buy furniture. I feel like furniture, washing machine, and hope is intrinsically linked. Also bigger TVs. Also better computers. I mean, that's me. Okay. Oh, Vimo, hey! Yawn, good night. Thank you for the support. Vimo just came in. I think you guys summoned Vimo. Because you were like, why does Vimo hate AI? And Vimo is here. He's like, guys, I'm here. Not going to lie, slowly I got that your generation is actually way more mature than like 2000s kids. 90s kids we are the transition generation, no friend. I have literally seen, and I remember times before the internet. Like rotor phones use किया है मैंने. Then the dial-up connection use किया है. When someone used to pick up the phone, the internet would go off. The most bizarre things. Pictures would load like this. Then it would be like sharper, sharper. It'll take a while. That's what internet was. And yeah, 90s was a fun time. Saw broadband come in. Saw all the social media nonsense come in. We were on Orkut. We used to at home, at least in my home, I used to live in a joint family, and we had the dial-up connection, and because I had like senior cousins, they had first priority on our dial-up connection, so they would use up all of the like data, and then we couldn't, so then I had to go to cafes, and it was so weird, but my actual friends, my real friends who I used to hang out with at school, I would go to cafe and leave scraps on their walls on Orkut as if I'm not going to meet them the next day. Then I would come back home, and then I would also play Counter-Strike, which was like a LAN network not connected to the internet. Counter-Strike was played with local area network. So there would be like 8 computers in one place, in one cafe. So there would be like an internet time and there would be like a gaming time. So we would go during gaming time, and then 4 or 5 people, we would just play Counter-Strike. DE_dust. Yeah. LAN parties. Exactly. Are you playing Death Stranding? No, I haven't even played the first one yet. Maybe I will. I don't know if I should invest myself in that right now. Nagpur had internet cafes back. Yes, we did. We also had PlayStation 1s where we used to play WWE. 20 रुपए में. 20 रुपए per hour WWE मारामारी. You should try a stream playing Euro Truck Simulator with your members sometimes. I have not gotten into these simulators yet. You should try Counter-Strike now. I'm currently getting into Deadlock. So, not Counter-Strike. Deadlock is nice though. I like Deadlock. It's the same FPS shooter. Sir, how come you are in your 30s and still so idealistic? Raj Yadav. Do you think India bloc can create a coalition government? Yes. I mean, if they want, and if the BJP gets weaker, which it will, yeah, I don't see that beyond possibility. It can. Why not? I'm saying 2026 is going to be a fun year, guys. So please remember this emergency stream, because in 2026, I'll tell you this. In 2026, there is a chance you will come back to this emergency stream and you would look at it again and you would be like, Holy Mother of God, how is this happening again? Craziness. When can we expect your podcast first episode? Are you making a new channel for that? No, it will happen in this channel and it would be released on 5th of July. So Saturdays would be podcast release day. So 5th of July morning is when podcast will start releasing. Ordinances let the government bypass parliament during emergencies, needing only president's nod. But since the president really objects, it's a system flaw that enables unchecked power. Oh, yes, absolutely. RRSPH, yes, absolutely. So technically, the president is a rubber stamp. It is true. The president has to act based on what the cabinet tells them to do. So technically, the cabinet is the one that is taking the decisions anyway. So the president has no say. They can't do anything practically. So ordinances pass karna to is like a very big flaw that we need to fix. But I think anti-defection is a bigger flaw. Our podcasts on Spotify, we'll try to put them on everywhere, Spotify, etc. So we'll create an RSS feed. So hopefully on audio platforms as well. But पहले हम YouTube पे release करेंगे. First, we'll release it on YouTube. And I think we will give like early access to members. So at least 24 hours. We'll see. Like, I mean, right now the release date, public release date is Saturday. But there's a chance we will release it earlier for members. Do presidents have any real power? Something PM does not have? No, they don't. Honestly, I mean, like the simple answer is they don't. Presidents are just there. Who's the guest? I can't tell you. Members though. How to deal with my parents who are actually scared of Muslims due to constant WhatsApp propaganda? Oh wow, okay. Why are they scared of... try to make Muslim friends. Maybe like invite some of your friends. You should make Muslim friends also, by the way. I think the best way to get rid of the fear or this stereotyping is to try and mix with actual people. Dalits, Muslims, other castes, etc. I mean, try. Maybe like parent trap them into like a dinner with like friends, parents and your parents. One way to do it. 100K पे पार्टी चाहिए? अरे हाँ 100K हो रहा है friends. 6K to go for 100K. पार्टी क्या करेंगे? 1 million पे पार्टी करेंगे. 1 million पे. 100K पे हम थोड़ा सा गाना बजाएंगे and like we will party here only. Do you really believe that big issues... Wait, Raj Yadav is saying, do you really believe that big issues like land acquisition, agriculture reform, deregulation, bureaucratic reform, can they really be resolved in a coalition setups? Yes, they can be. They have happened before and yes, they can be. What are you saying, bro? Sharad Pawar so far is carrying... अच्छा ये अलग बात चल रहा है कुछ. What if they manage to get their president and just dismiss the prime minister? Is it possible? No, as I said, the president barely has any powers, can't do anything. They have to obey the advice of the cabinet. So they can't. The president is the one that appoints the prime minister. The prime minister is the head of the government. The president is the symbolic head, if you want to call it that way. They're supposed to be a stopgap, governors and presidents, but they rarely are. They aren't. They're political appointees, so they don't give a shit mostly. They get to live in Rashtrapati Bhavan though, which is fun. It's a good place to live. I have friends from Pakistan in the UK and I was asked to remove them from my Instagram with my dad standing over my head. Oh my god, that's horrible, Neil. Oh god, that's so terrible. Why would you do that to a child? Oh my god. Ew. Apocalypse, thank you for the support. I don't know my parents. They have a lot of Muslim friends, but talk about some real Islamophobic shit when alone. Yeah, that's true. When they're alone. Publicly बोलते हैं क्या? फिर then it's a problem. Publicly मत बोलने दो उनको. Internally सब bigoted है. सब casteist है, सब sexist है. Everybody likes to let their hair loose. Apparently, Indian middle class, typical. Anything good that has come up in coalition government? Yes, RTE, RTI, liberalization. Lots of things, friends. Lots of things that have come up in coalition governments that are good. What are the good things that have come up in majority governments? Tell me. बताओ. मोदी जी ने 11 साल में good क्या किया? GST, garbage. I mean, I would say that would require a majority, right? Garbage. They've built a lot of roads and infrastructure, not like coalition governments weren't doing it, but they have gone nuts building amazing highways, which have holes sometimes now. And they collapse, but still, they did. (1989 to 2014, there were coalitions. Yeah, all of them were coalitions. So, exactly, like 1989, even Atal Bihari Vajpayee, whatever he did was a coalition government thing. So, yes, they have done a lot of things. Please, don't follow these idiots who say that, oh, majority government is the only way to do reform. Bullshit. Absolute freaking bullshit. The best kind of reform that can happen is during a coalition government because it happens slowly. It happens nicely. It happens with a lot of consideration. Not like आज सोचा दिमाग में कल रात को 8 बजे आके announce कर दिया और pass कर दिया. That is bullshit. It leads to more harm than good. So please don't fall for these Raj Yadav type characters who are sort of subtly trying to say that majority government ही तो सब करता है. Fuck off. नहीं होता है. Shit, I used the F word. I thought this was members only. My bad. Can you please tell me what does socialist actually mean? Why Indira brought it into constitution? Difference between socialist, leftist and liberal. How are they different? Sorry, still don't understand. Nimbarkar, thank you so much for the support. Okay, in a very simple way, it's a spectrum. Think of it as a spectrum, right? एक second. दिखाते हैं इनको. दिखाना पड़ेगा. खुल जा. Ta ta ta. Wait. Yeah, this is a good way to look at it. Just trying to load it, friends. Just a second. Wait, didn't I have that crazy chart? I think I had it for this purpose only somewhere. एक second, ना? कहाँ गया? Yes. I do have it. Okay, friends, say hello to the political compass chart. This is especially for you, Nimbarkar. Now that you have asked it, we are going to get a little nerdy on this one. Look at where socialism is. This is social democracy, either, right? So democratic socialism, social democracy, all of them are here. Communism would come, conservative socialism comes here. So it's all over the place. But what you are looking at, essentially, is a very simple sort of ideological chart, right? So, when you're thinking about all these complicated words, just think about it that way. Okay. This way. Which is, oh wait, you're able to see what is, So you must be hearing, oh, wo left leaning hai, right leaning hai, authoritarian hai, libertarian hai, right? Think of it as more control and less control over two things. One is social life and one is economic life, right? So if, let's say, you believe that you want less control over social life, right? So then you go down, right? If you think there should be less control over the economy, right? Then you go east side. So then you become like a right libertarian, right? Less control being government should not meddle with business. Government should not control business. There should be more free businesses happening everywhere. That would be a right-leaning thought, right? Then if you want more control and more welfare in government, which is like the government should own some PSUs, they should control more of society, they should have more say in the markets economically and socially, then you go left. If you want more socially, then you can also go authoritarian, right? So again, going back to that one, look at it this way. For example, Leninism is here. Something that you will recognize. Wait, just let me try and find something. Welfareism. Let's talk about welfareism, right? So this is one of the things that all parties in our country right now believe in, which is ration dena hai. We need to show welfare. We need to basically give welfare to like a ton of people, right? That is on the side of socialism. Okay, so this is social democracy here. This is democratic socialism. So technically, classical socialism will put you here, which means that you want more government control over what social life, right? But you also want less government control over economics. No, sorry. You want more government control over economics, but less control over social life, right? So in a socialist democracy, the government will have more control when it comes to giving welfare, public education. There will be a lot of services that the government will be giving to the people. But at the same time, in one version of it, which is democratic socialism, they would have less control on social life of people. So they would allow a little more freedom of speech. They would allow a little more, let's say, activism. They would allow a little more journalism. They would want people to be freer to say what they want. The more down you go is the more freer you want people to be. That is the libertarian side of things. The more upar you go, the more authoritarian you become, right? So for example, isme conservative socialism, so you would do all the welfare shit, like which is like give whatever, but you would also not let people have a choice. So you would not want them to be free speech. You would want to control their choices. So that would be conservative socialism, right? Was that enough? Or do you want more? Yeah, I launched into this. I've been preparing. Yeah. Also, just guys, who want to just go to this website. If you want to understand this better, go to the political compass quiz. Okay, this is one of these excellent websites to understand where you are ideologically, and I think you should take this. अरे आलू क्या रे बाबा, क्या कर रहा है तू? आलू is being आलू. आलू कैम चालू हुआ था ना, बट एक सेकंड देखता हूँ. आलू कैम, no, आलू कैम is still not working. Sorry guys, but आलू is here. आलू, आलू say hi. Wait. Say इधर आ, ऊपर आ. ऊपर आ. Come up. बाबा, ये आलू है यहाँ पे. आलू say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi to chat. Say hi to chat. Yes. She did say hi. Alu, we were talking about political ideologies, and do you have any say in that? No? You just screamed at me for no reason. हाँ, क्या हो गया? ऊपर आ, come up. If you want to talk to me, you have to come up here. You have to come up. No, छोड़. Alu has grown up. Yeah, I know. She's become an ass also. तुझे AC में जाना है कि नहीं जाना है? उफ. उसको AC में जाना था, that's why. Alu might be peak centrist. No, but I was saying, just look at this political compass quiz. Posting it again. You can go here and you can take a quiz. It's interesting. Don't take it too seriously, but it would give you like an idea of how to judge your own ideology. Maybe figure it out. You've spoiled her? I have a little bit. Guys, I have on my political compass quiz, I think I am currently somewhere around democratic socialism and Gandhiism. I keep going a little more left and down. So, इसके बीच में Gandhiism and Mandelaism is where I'm at right now. Here somewhere in this zone, ideologically, just letting you know. I don't know where you are. My partner, on the other hand, is right here somewhere. It's crazy. I don't know how she got there, but ठीक है, I'm here. And I remember like long time ago I had taken the quiz. I was somewhere around here only, east side. Nordic liberalism and libertarianism is where I was earlier. Now I have shifted over the years this way. Took it a while ago. I'm in the bottom left quadrant near Mandela. I think I'm also here. A lot of you might be here actually. Our community might be somewhere around here. We had taken like a community quiz also, by the way. I remember long time ago we had done this political compass where chat was answering some questions, and we were somewhere around here, like liberal democracy ke paas mein the. So I think I'm a little more here than chat. That is green flag. Yes, it is. It is very green, extremely green. Did I miss any super chat? I am literally always look forward to these streams. Community is so epic. Thank you, Evil Dead. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm done with the chats. But I hope, Nimbarkar, I hope I was able to give you some answers. But if you want more details, I can keep giving it to you. I mean, like if you see my streams, I talk about this all the time. Too many options to choose from? Me anarcho-communism. Oh, you're anarcho-communism. Where is that? Anarcho-communism will be here somewhere, right? Or... Oh, by the way, there are some extremely insane ideologies also on this, like hive mind collectivism, which is complete control over social and, well, economics, because you have ultimately become a hive mind, which means that everybody is having like thoughts at the same time about everything. So like it's like collectively thinking like a hive mind, so that is there. Then there is on this end it is avaritoism. So this is anarcho-capitalism. Basically, nobody has any control over anything. So it's anarchy. Anarchy would come on this end of it. Here. Dark enlightenment. Social Darwinism. Genghis Khanism. Fully automated luxury space gay communism. That's also a thing. Genghis Khanism and Fordism. Yeah, fun. I'm very amused by these things. You support transhumanism. North Korea wishes it was a hive mind. Oh, yes. I think so. I think in a very weird way, I feel like OpenAI wants us to become a hive mind also. I think Elon Musk wants us to become a hive mind. Like a Creterocracy or something. I don't know. Genghis Khanism. Oh, actually, that fits Elon Musk perfectly. Genghis Khanism. Free markets, total free markets, but complete social control. A hive mind would be fun, although Bhakts are already developing one. That's true. That's very true. That's actually very true. Yeah, it's like WhatsApp uncles on a hive mind. आलू रोज रेडिट पे रैंट करता है कि मैं एसी में सोता है और मेरा ह्यूमन टांग करता रहता है. हेलो बोलो. ओके. Elon Musk wants hive mind. He wants to put chips in human mind. Oh yes, he does. He wants a hive mind, but he doesn't want humans to control the economy. He wants something else to control the economy, I guess. He wants free markets. All free. Is there something like national communism? Is there? Stalinism, national Bolshevism is there. Maoism will come close to that, I feel like. Yeah. Maoism, I would say. Stalinism is a lot more extreme than Maoism. श्री सर कहाँ हैं आते हैं ये सब में? श्री सर आते. Oh, you want to know where BJP comes? BJP keeps going crazy between these few things. Okay, so Hindu theocracy is right here. If you see, this is Hindu theocracy. Then it is also national liberalism. They come to welfareism, social democracy sometimes, liberal democracy, welfareism, and also they come between so conservative socialism also. Actually, kleptocracy. So it would be something like essay. This triangle is where they are at. This triangle. Yeah, all over the place, but it is more or less welfareism only. Like most parties that we have would be somewhere in this, and also like from time to time go up because they want social control as well. So that's what. So again, they want more control in general. Most parties do not trust citizens, so they would want to control it. So that's why they keep going this way and that way. They keep like going between this. Yeah, and then of course Hindu theocracy is this way. Zoran Mamdani is the establishment Democrats, MAGA Republicans, and anti-MAGA ones too. Like the amount of hysteria is shocking. Okay. Oh, Zoran के बारे में तो I gave my opinions. You can watch the video. Ho Chi Minh seems to be national communist to me. He fought for Vietnam's liberation. Something a nationalist would do while being a communist himself. True. I mean, I don't know much about Ho Chi Minh, to be honest. Someone asked, how is Modi kleptocracy? Wait, look at this. Kleptocracy is a system of government where those in power exploit the nation's resources and wealth for their own personal gain, often through corruption and embezzlement. It is essentially ruled by thieves, where those in charge prioritize self-enrichment over well-being of the citizenry and nation's development. So essentially, it is crony capitalism. So think of it this way: kleptocracy is here and here for some bizarre reason. I've never really understood, but this is where it is. So it can be here also. So they keep floating around like all over the place. So I feel like this kleptocracy makes more sense when it comes to Modi, because they want more social control and be more authoritarian in general. So this is where kleptocracy, I think, should come, which is like crony capitalism. That's where it is. So yeah. There's also, by the way, Islam is theocracy and neo-fascism also is this way. Aristocracy, imperialism, feudalism. Zionism is here. You're a right libertarian, okay? But ऊपर या नीचे? नीचे, I guess. Social libertarian? Where does monarchy come? Monarchy would come here. This is imperialism, colonialism, feudalism. All of these would come this side. Extreme monarchy is Genghis Khan. There's a difference between New Age Zionism and classic Zionism. I've heard about this. I haven't gotten into too much detail, to be honest, but yeah. ये राज यादव ना मुझे बस ट्रिगर करने की कोशिश कर रहा है guys. Like, look at this question right here. So ignoring him right now. He's just trying to trap me all the time like a bizarre person. Megnard is not a right libertarian. He's a left. I'm not a libertarian at all, I think. I'm not. I told you where I am. I come here. Gandhiism, Mandelaism, social, democratic socialism, this area I would come. Here. Eco-transhumanism is also here, by the way. Not too far. Market socialism. Chart is for reference only. Don't take it too seriously. Yeah. It's to understand just political ideologies. Don't take it too seriously. Please respond on my confusion as well. How can I be libertarian and progressive both without making debt explode? Okay, you're talking between yourselves. I don't understand the context of this. India has been a kleptocracy under every government since even independence. Cannot blame Modi for it. Yes, to a more or less extent, I agree with you, Akash Deep. But I mean, we should move towards not a kleptocracy, I'm guessing, because that is one of the reasons for our inequality. I feel like during liberalization, at least we were not that much of a kleptocracy. But it has gotten worse over time. Crony capitalism has increased. Nitish Kumar, I'm everything as long as I'm on the throne. That's true. That's true. Prashasya, I think that is cynicism. I think we should have an ideology called cynicism, which is, yeah, I don't give a shit. I have no principles. I have no ideals. I'm so cynical. I do not trust anyone. And also, I want to be in power. That's cynicism. I think Devendra Fadnavis would fit there as well, which is cynicism. Which ideology do you follow? Cynicism. Raj Yadav follows cynicism also. Your political compass, left, right, minus 175. Social, libertarian, authoritarian is minus 3.49. So it's somewhere near what I am, actually. Gandhism, Mandelaism. Viritra's result is libertarian. Okay, interesting. You think the BJP is where it is on the chart due to their beliefs or what they think will get them into power? Do you think if people expect something different, then BJP would change? Yeah. So again, as I said, I think most parties, political parties and leaders are just plain cynical at this point of time, where their only reason to gain power is to gain power. It's like a self-serving thing almost from my understanding, which is they feel like the only way to change things is to get power, but the only way to get power is to sort of prevent other people from getting power and steal power. If that makes sense. It's a very cynical approach, you know. It's like, for example, what I was thinking about lately. Someone asked me this question, ki, oh, you think you fought the ideal campaign when I was doing like my own independent election. I thought I tried to do it in the best lawful and the most reasonable way possible, because I was like, I do not belong to any party. I would trust you guys and I would try to serve you guys. I would find out what your problems are and I would try to solve them. I would try to lead in a way, right? The person was like, हाँ तेरे जैसे लोग तो कभी जीतेंगे ही नहीं. That is cynicism, which is essentially at this point of time, I think we have lost the belief as a collective that we can be ruled by good people. Only bad people can come to power. Only the corrupt and dirty come to power. Good people will never come to political power. They will never be in office. That is what cynicism is. So the people who get into this with that cynicism are the ones who succeed, right? So people in a way have lost hope in leadership. They don't want to they don't even hope anymore that any leader can come in which would change them significantly or change their life significantly in a very, how can I put it, in a deep way. Yeah. So that's why it's cynical. Seems like I'm closer to Nordic liberalism. No wonder I want to visit Ireland and Norway. Okay. It was one of the most ideal campaigns. You'd have won if it was NYC. I would see, as that's why I related to Zoran, no? That's why it's such a ray of hope. Like people like him actually winning something, even if it's the primary. It gives you some hope. It gives you some hope. What is your view of Nitish Rajput? I don't see much of Nitish Rajput, unfortunately. So I don't even see much of Dhruv Rathi nowadays. So I mean, Hindi content wise, I watch a few things. One is I watch the Lallan Top interviews sometimes when there is a good, interesting guest. I watch Sohit Mishra's channel from time to time. Then I watch Ravish Kumar. I watch Ravish Kumar regularly, more or less, like twice or thrice a week. I definitely watch Ravish. But other than that, Hindi news or consumption wise, I don't much. That is it. Oh, Kunal Kamra's podcast. Yeah, that would count, right? Yeah. So Hindi channel wise, that is my consumption. Do you watch any right-wing channels? Define right-wing channels and also no, probably. I mean, the answer would be no. I don't actively go out looking for right-wing channels to watch. I don't mostly. I like his Faltu Baat. Oh, yeah, Faltu Baat is very fun, by the way. Like, I love that he started this new channel. I love Faltu Baat. I saw the Varun Grover interview on Lallan Top. I only watch Deshbhakt and sometimes Goswami. Sarthak Goswami, right? Oh yeah, I also watch Deshbhakt sometimes, yeah. Dhruv Rathi video came a little late now when most information was already out. Which one? At this point of time, I've given up like hope that I would be on time when I put out a video. So most of my essay videos are just on larger topics because I know the news cycle I cannot match. Samdesh ko dekho. I have seen Samdesh few times. Long time I haven't seen him recently, but yeah. I had commented on the member stream about Mamdani that Zohran, I feel like Project Tanda with loads of money, public donation for most part. Yes, would be more money have helped your campaign. Yes, it would have, but I was opposed to taking donations because I don't trust our election commission. I thought they would find a reason to screw me over and I would be stuck in court or would be accused of, I don't know, shady funding. I couldn't take electoral bonds because only parties were allowed to take electoral bonds. Otherwise, I would have. Raj Yadav is asking, what is leadership to you? A leader charts and convinces people to follow him, which is Modi, while other netas sway the public opinions just to win elections, no convictions. What are you talking about, Raj Yadav? Do you not understand what leadership is? Seriously. Convinces people to follow him. No, real leaders actually bring about social change. That's what it is. They don't pander to the public. Like, for example, if a leader wants to pander to the public, they would give them ration, they would give them all those things, free. Everything, universal basic income, itna paisa, utna paisa. Basically what Maharashtra government did in the last election, that is what it is. Or all parties do in Bihar, which is what it is, which is, sure, it seems like welfare, but they're genuinely pandering to the basest instincts of the public. A leader's job is to sort of bring them above that. A leader's job is to actually show people that this is not the way to behave. There is a better way to behave. For example, a leader would never allow something like Delhi riots to happen, which means that both BJP and Congress are not good parties with leaders. I would say Arvind Kejriwal is also not a leader, because he also started pandering. Like initially when he was saying, we have to deal with corruption, we have to stop bribing, we have to ourselves become better first. That is what a leader does. Arvind Kejriwal gave up on that a long time ago once he got power. Modi has always been a cynic. Modi, when he began also, is also that, which is like, crony capitalist है, उनको वो मुझे पैसा देंगे, मेरे पार्टी को पैसा देंगे. I will put up ads to make amazing ads and project myself as like someone who is like a savior, and people will fall for it, and I will give them ration, and that's it. That's it. So super rich are happy, super poor are kept poor and happy, or like just living, surviving, and they're completely dependent on Modi government for helping them do that. That's it. That's not leadership. Do we have good leaders anymore? Somewhere, few, either udhar. Modi was never a leader, just a face in social media and shallow social change efforts. He doesn't believe in social change, I think. Modi doesn't believe in social. Again, as I said, very cynical in nature. Um, Morally ambiguous, I would say. Divide and rule. Can you suggest something to watch from about Howie Hawkins? I don't know. I haven't heard of this one. What are your thoughts on Asaduddin Owaisi considering his recent stance? So, Asaduddin Owaisi, my opinion is completely based on his parliamentary performance, so you will have to forgive me. I don't watch much of his public speeches. But in parliament, I think one of the people I actively look forward to listening to is Asaduddin Owaisi, because he's an extremely smart, legally literate person, and he speaks very well with a lot of conviction. And most of the times in parliament, he would have a very reasonable view about a law or some issue that is being discussed. So I judge him based on his parliamentary speeches, and I'm a fan that way, like of his parliament work. So Asaduddin Owaisi for me is like, I look at him as an MP, if you want to look at it that way. Modi is a cult personality. He's bigger than BJP and RSS now. Believe it or not, he runs the show alone. He's a prime influencer now. I think Amit Shah is the real prime minister. Modi ji has given up. He's sort of checked out now. Definitely. I think so. Like 2024 ke baad, he just like, ho gaya, bye. Bye. Now I want to just travel the world and take photographs and visit Vantara and have a lion massage my back. That is what prime influencer does. He does influencing now. Real prime minister is Amit Shah. Amit Shah is doing all the work now. ये वोक लिबरल लोग ओवैसी साहब को भी संघी बोलेंगे. I don't think he's संघी. I never said that. Also, it's bizarre, no? Like AIMIM is the B team of BJP and all. Like, it's such basic weird opinions, man. Like, people are complicated. Leaders are way more complicated than you think. It's not that easy. Raju sir on Kintu Parantu, let's discuss that during next members only live stream. Raju sir was on Kintu Parantu. Okay. When OIC came to Ahmedabad, Muslim people showed him black flags for he's a BJP stooge. Okay, I guess. Listen, I'm not going to defend or diss him either way. Like, again, whatever. Supreme leader is basically a man holding a carrot on a stick while riding on a donkey, and donkey thinks he's promising all the good tasty achhe din sun. Okay, I am going to end the stream, friends. I hope you had fun. There were a lot of people who saw this, so thank you, and really appreciate your support. Again, reminder, Giga meet on Sunday night. So if you are a Giga member, please come. We will chill, we will talk, I will take your suggestions, all the. Okay, bye-bye, friends, bye-bye, and I will see you I will see you on the next members only live or Friday. Bye bye. Bye. Do like this and do support this channel. 100k karna hai friends. 100k. Okay, bye.